a grand jury is set to, convene and consider charges against former President Trump. Okay. Democrats are still on this, apparently. District Attorney Cyrus Vance Jr., he's all right. So they're considering whether Trump either cheated on his taxes or bribed people or whatever the hell he did. And the first thing that I'll say and come off and say is, hell yeah, he cheated on his taxes. And look, I think if we're having a real conversation of, we need to stop the rich from cheating on their taxes and all of, okay, fine, all of that, right? I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm ready. Let's talk about tax reform, actual real tax reform. But no, that's not the thing we're talking about. Because what you have to know is every rich person is going to avoid taxes. Retirement accounts. Like, I just got on this job with a financial, as a financial advisor. You got retirement accounts, like a Roth IRA that's like, hey, you already pay taxes on your money? Great. Put your money in here. We'll get you lots of money when you retire. It's going to grow a crap load, and you don't have to pay taxes anymore because you already pay taxes on that income. I mean, really? Like, okay, right? And that's good, right? Because you want to enjoy that money. But it's like, okay, we're not talking about that. Now, look, whatever the thing is, we already know Trump, it's like his personality. He's a victim and a champion. Whatever he does, it depends on the mood. It depends on the topic. But it's kind of like how he inflates and deflates his properties, the values of his properties, right? He might say, oh, this is worth $87 million. It's beautiful, perfect. And then he might say to the IRS, oh, actually, it's worth $20 million. It's not very expensive, And then maybe he'll come back later and say, actually, it's worth $90 billion. 90 million. $100 million. Yeah, totally. Worth $100 million. And he does that. And I mean, who doesn't? But Trump is known to do that. In fact, legally, I think one of his golf courses, like a golf farm, whatever, like a farm or a farm of some kind, right? Now, look, am I against an investigation? Look, I think if you're doing it against your political opponents, it's just gonna start a Pandora's box, open up Pandora's box, and it's not gonna be closed up again. You're not gonna be able to close it. Why? Because you're doing this against your own political opponents, and I think there's a discussion of, look, is this going to make Trump run for president more? Right now, he's thinking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm actually thinking of doing it. I don't know how. But okay, whatever. But you got to think, maybe he might run for president on this. This is just ammo he can use, especially because I think Trump's going to get away with it. There's no way. I mean, look, he got away with absolutely everything else that the Democrats threw at him. And he did. He got away with it. And another thing, too, for everybody to consider, and I hope they do. Look, I mean, Donald Trump is waiting and waiting and waiting. He's calling it a witch hunt. Of course, anytime it's, witch hunt. Stupid dumbass. Anyway, but either way, Donald Trump is going to wait for this to kind of simmer down, figure it out, all of that, just because he wants him to be discussed. He wants himself to be known. He wants himself to, you know what I mean? And that's the biggest factor. And I have no idea what's going to happen. My thought is the Democrats are so worried of the shiny object. Like, oh my God, he's going to go to prison. Woo! Yay, Trump investigation. Yay! And meanwhile, they're not passing healthcare reform, a public option, Medicare for all, Green New Deal, forgiving student debt, an infrastructure plan, American Families Plan. Nothing. They're not American Workers Plan. They're not doing anything. HR 1, that voting rights thing that corporate Democrats and wine moms and suburban Democrats and suburban wine moms are worried about, and I am too. But still, right? They're not worried about anything else but getting Trump. Oh my God, Trump. Meanwhile, you got hundreds of millions of Americans who need help, and they're actively ignoring that just to go after him. Now look, if they find something, great. I'm not opposed to this investigation. I'm not opposed to there being a grand jury, and the grand jury is to decide whether, yes, Trump is guilty, or yes, we found him doing some illegal crap. Of course he did. And like a lot of people have said, in the 80s in New York City, you could not have been in real estate and not been involved with the mob. Like the mob were everything. They were everywhere. They made you or broke you. They make you or break you over there. They made you or broke you. And look, if Trump did illegal things, how many other rich people did illegal things? Right? So I'm curious to see where the investigation goes. But a lot of people say, Jason, why haven't you done a lot of Trump videos on your things? A, they don't get a lot of views like this one probably. Hopefully will. I'm hoping, because it's a big news today. But a lot of people don't care, and they care about the pressing issues. But look, whatever Trump did, he's not going to go to jail. He might pay a fine or whatever. They might seize his properties. Whatever the hell it is. But the man's not going to jail.